So today's episode is about looking into our propagation frame over here next to the greenhouse. Actually, we have 3 of them, 2 small ones and 1 large one. And I want to take a peek and see how they're performing and give you an update on that and see if any are ready to be potted up. So let's go over there and take a look and see what we've got. Okay, as you can see, we have 1 large propagation frame here that we built the latter part of last season, and then the 2 smaller frames we actually constructed almost 2 years ago. So these were kind of early projects in establishing our homestead here on the farm. And so I'm going to bring you in for a closer peek and take a look and see what seems to be doing well and unfortunately see what's not doing well. So let's come on in for a closer look. Okay, so you can see here in propagation frame number 1, as I call it, this was the very first one we built. Then we built the sister propagation frame right next to it. You can also see we've removed the storm window glass from here because it's just too hot now for them to be covered, and quite frankly, they don't need to be covered. So in this frame, we only had a couple of variety of cuttings in here. Primarily, in this one, we had the limelight hydrangea that we received from my cousin Rob down in Alabama, in the south side of Alabama. So you can see a lot of them have taken, it looks like, and then we have some that haven't. So for instance, no roots there. So we can kind of go ahead and pull these out because I need to make space because I'd like to add some new plants here as soft cutting. These are all hardwood cuttings taken during the winter. And what we mean by hardwood cuttings is that the wood is stiff. It's not soft like new growth that you would find at this time of year. These are cuttings that were taken at the end of the season. Okay, so we'll go ahead and pull all of these that didn't take. We'll go ahead and pull all of these out. Whoa, wait a second. Hello there. No, false alarm. Thought I saw some roots on that one. What I'm noticing is that the cuttings that are smaller in diameter are the ones that seem to have not developed roots, at least with these particular cuttings. They usually recommend that you select cuttings that are about a pencil thickness. Now here's one that's about pencil thickness and obviously no roots on it. So I don't know if it's foolproof, but it's a good rule of thumb. Okay, I think we've weeded out most of them. Okay, so that's what we have left. And I think that they've all produced roots. I'm not quite ready to pull these though. The ones that I'm interested in are in another propagation frame, actually the one next to it here. So we also have some forsythia here, and it looks like the majority of them have produced leaves, which is a great indication that they've also produced roots. We're in late June now, and so they would have to have roots at this point, I would think. Okay, so we've kind of cleared everything out there. Let's take a look at propagation frame number 2. Okay, so in this frame, propagation frame number 2, we had a number of varieties of cuttings here. We had our purple leaf sand cherry, and this one definitely has taken root. It's probably going to need a bigger home than the red solo cup. But we also have a lot that didn't produce roots. Our next successful row here is our burning bush. Looks like we had a pretty good high success rate there. All of our fruit trees, our Gala apples, Alberta peach, yellow, delicious apples, none of these have taken root. So I think we can safely pull all of these out. I think what we're going to do is maybe try some air layering with our fruit trees, since we just don't seem to have much success. And I've tried a variety of different sizes, from pencil thickness to even larger, and nothing. So we'll set those aside. Go ahead and make room here. You know, and I thought about it, I'm not upset, because it's, you know, not a loss other than my time collecting these cuttings. So nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? So if I didn't take them and didn't try, I wouldn't have anything. And if I did, and something did happen, well, then I've gained something, right? So that's kind of the way I look at it. So, you know, you got to be positive about this stuff. You can't allow it to cause you to... Now look there, there's some roots. I don't know what happened to that one, but sometimes they will produce roots and then die. You know, maybe it didn't get enough water. Who knows? So you just never know. But that's the way it is in life too, you know. You're not always assured you're gonna find success in life. You got to go out there and you got to try. Now, here's what I'm interested in. This is what I'm really interested in. Is I want to see this as a blueberry cutting, and it looked like it was alive at one point, but no roots on that, and it looks kind of brown or black down at the bottom. So I'm going to chalk that up as a loss here. Go ahead and get the rest of these out, and then we've got a couple others up here that may have done something. We're going to see here in just a minute. Now wait a second. Now there's some leaves on this one. I don't see any roots, but I see some leaves. That's interesting. I'm going to stick that back in there. That was the American hazelnut. So we'll stick that back in there. Let's see if it does anything. Okay. And I think that one didn't make it. I think that's it. Of course, we got all of these purple leaf sand cherries to pull up. So not a lot of success here, but some. Alright, so let's see if we got anything here with these. Maybe some roots there. Not quite ready to pot that one up yet, I don't think. Let's see. No roots on that one yet. Nothing. Okay, nothing. Nothing yet. Okay, so we'll leave those there. Alright, let's move over to the larger one and see what we've got there. Okay, we're in the larger frame now, as you can see. And on this end, basically these are hardwood tree cuttings for the most part. And as you can see, we had 0 success there. So I think air layering may be the way to propagate hardwood trees, like red buds. And what else do we have in here? Well, we had some blackberries. Those didn't do well. I think maybe because I actually took the cuttings from the floricane, which, you know, blackberries, if you know anything about blackberries, they fruit primarily on the second year growth, which is called the floricane. And really what I needed to have done was taken the cuttings from the primocane, the first year cane that came up from the ground. So, you know, you live and you learn, but looks like we have 0 success there. Boxwood cuttings are next. These are Korean boxwood cuttings, and I think for the most part, I think that they've all produced roots. Not quite ready to harvest them yet. I want to let them establish a little bit more. And then down here at the very end, this is what I'm really kind of interested in as well. So we really didn't have any success with the blueberry cuttings in the second propagation frame. But I'm hoping that maybe we have something here, because these look to be much, much healthier. So we'll go ahead and start. That's what we've got here in this row, blueberries. So let's go ahead and pull out the ones that definitely look dead. Okay, so I think we've pretty much cleared those out. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Nothing on this one. Okay. Let's take a look at this one here. Let me get my Andrew fork. Let's see what we've got in this one. This looks like a pretty good one right here. It's got some leaves on it. I don't want to break it off. Nothing. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so got leaves, no roots. I think we have some roots here, maybe. I don't know, what do you think? I think maybe we do. We may... do I leave it? Part of me saying leave it. Actually, I am gonna pot that up. All right, we'll pot that up in a red Solo cup. We'll probably take it indoors, see if we can't get it to grow along a little further. I think this one, maybe, we'll go ahead and pot it up. And that, I think, has some roots on it, so we'll pot that one up as well. And that one has a little bit of a root to it. Let's see about this last one. Oh, the best. The best for last. Look at that. All right, guys, we wound up with 6 potential blueberry plants. I say potential because only a couple of them had roots, and those roots were not very well developed. So we're going to take all 6 of these cuttings, take them into our grow room where we have control of the lighting, the air temperature. We'll be able to monitor the water content in the soil, and I did put them in regular potting soil. So we'll see. It's going to be a 50-50 chance of whether they make it, maybe less. But we're going to give it a try, right? So nothing ventured, nothing gained, as I always say. So until the next episode, please be safe, take care, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.